Hey there.
Hi, Savita.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Not too bad. I wanted to make sure that it was working. Okay. So I wasn't sure whether we should go ahead and start, or it's just you and me at this point, which is often how historian discussions go.
Right.
Did you have any difficulty getting in?
No, just waiting for somebody to let me in, pretty much.
Okay. And did that happen pretty quickly, or?
It took a few minutes.
Oh, okay. So it's not giving me the message that people are waiting perhaps as quickly as it could.
It's probably like a minute, maybe a
Okay.
minute and a half. I had realized what time it was, and that this meeting it was like a few minutes past when this meeting was supposed to get started.
Okay.
I was still in the other Zoom meeting, so.
Is there a lot going on in the other Zoom meeting? Are there active
They're
topics?
discussing their, I guess, the encampments.
Gotcha.
Showing encampments and discussing encampments.
Okay. Well, let me see if I can, if nothing else, show you the picture I was talking about.
Okay.
It's in the slideshow presentation, but I thought that you might enjoy seeing a sneak peek. Let's see here. Let me get to it, and then I'll share my screen. Do you recognize that guy?
Yeah, that would be me.
I was kind of thinking so.
It's Donovan, Airfell, Burke, and me.
Now, I don't know Arafel.
Airfell was Baroness of Wiesenfort.
Okay. And then behind Donovan, is that Ulf?
Yes, that is Ulf.
Okay. And then behind you over your shoulder, is that Megan Flotewall?
I think that's could be. It's hard to tell.
Okay. And then I don't know the lady next to you, immediately next to you.
Don't know her.
And then next to her in the chainmail, that's Alaric.
Right, it's Alaric.
And then I don't know this person next to Alaric in the green.
Yeah, it's kind of
Or
hard
purple.
to tell with a profile like that.
Yeah. So this was taken on June 9th, 1997.
Yep. Yeah, I'd forgotten all about that. That's seen so long ago.
Let me see if it'll let me go through some of the other pictures in that presentation.
Yeah, that's me again.
Yep.
It's one of the original bard or guard tabards that Wiesenfort had.
Oh wow!
Here, let me go back to that one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Alaric.
Hey there.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, do you recognize the lady in the purple between Alaric and?
Recognize the lady here. No, not really.
Okay. I didn't know if perhaps your lady wife might recognize her.
Before my time.
Yeah,
Okay.
she joined just shortly after this happened.
Okay. So let me go ahead and go through some of the other pictures.
I mean, you can tell how old this is. I'm still wearing a black belt. I don't even have a squire's belt on.
And not shaving.
I think that that's Robert Fitzmorgan.
Yes, that is.
In the background. And then here's that lady in purple that we were wondering about. Or the gentle in purple. I can't tell if that's a lady or a gentle.
Yeah, neither can I.
Okay.
I think it was a lady. But it's, yeah, the shot's kind of fuzzy, so I can't.
Yeah. And here's another shot. I think that this is Catriona, is it not?
That was Baroness of Eldrin.
Okay.
Oh.
That was before Brahmin Adrilla. She no longer plays. I think she had some medical issues that caused her to stop playing.
Okay. And I think that's Donovan in the far right in the red because
Yeah,
he's
that
wearing
would
a
be
white
his-
scarf.
Yeah, it would be his double. He always wore the fancy stuff.
Okay, well, wait a minute. No, Donovan is in the purple all the way on the right-hand side. Unfortunately, I don't think you can see my
I can't
my
see it.
mouse.
No.
Okay. That's too bad. It's the gentleman over. If you look at the sword that Burke is wearing,
Hmm.
go directly up from the sword that Burke is wearing.
Yeah, hold on a second. That would be
Oh, this is James Navarre.
that's Navarre.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it might be.
Don
And then
Navarre.
there's you again in the background, kind of peeking.
Yeah, you picking over
shoulders.
everybody's shoulders.
And then who's the gentleman directly in
That was the
front of you?
purple.
That would
Isn't that the one that cut the garter at the wedding?
no, that's what's his name? He's a member of it was Donovan's cadet at the time.
You got me on that one.
Yeah, the name's not coming to mind. I know who it is, but the name's not coming to mind. He doesn't play either.
Okay, no worries. And there's another shot.
Yeah, that would be Fluffy's wife.
Okay.
I don't remember her name.
Okay. And there's Ulf again.
Yeah, this is back when we were all young and you know
Silly.
and silly. Yeah. Well, in the back with the white brim, that is Bjorlik.
Yep. And then Alyssa Vesa is next to him. And then Ian Dungillen is next to him. I don't know who the lady is that's in the blue at the far end of the table.
What is one in the one in the very far back, the kind of the blue and the silver.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Oh.
Hmm? Is that
Look
Amelia?
at the face.
It could be Amelia. It might be kind of hard to tell from this angle, but it could be Amelia.
Yep, might be.
A little bit fancier.
Yeah.
She's always a little bit fancier than everybody else.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop this share.
Okay.
And then I'm going to share the actual presentation. Give me just one sec. So, welcome to the Castellan Northkeep Archaeology Chat. We will be delving into the past. There are a number of contributors to today's presentation. Some of whom may be names you haven't heard in a really long time, and others might be more familiar. So we found a number of really old site tokens. I was hoping to identify which Castellan they came from, but alas, that may not be a possibility. Do any of those, I know that one of them came from Castellan 6 because it's printed on it,
Right.
but the two Sculpey ones I don't recognize at all.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And then we know that the one on the right is from Castellan 3 because it's actually printed on the back, but not sure where the other ones came from.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
We used to have a subgroup called Nomen Vale.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember them?
And these are actually in the Baronial archives.
Owen and Jennifer's wedding was at a Norman Vale.
Mhm.
Their board was
Where Maeve and I met is one of their
Where you
events.
proposed the
Yeah.
Snowman Vale.
And Nonarmigerous is where we proposed.
Nice. So this is the event invitation to when Einar and Mercedes stepped down,
Mhm.
and Ian and Calandra stepped up.
Yep.
And this we got this morning. So this was actually a feast token that was made in stained glass. Everybody lit a votive candle, and the entire hall was lit by candlelight. And this was at Will Rogers.
We must not have gotten to that feast. There's many Northkeep feasts we didn't get to because either we didn't get there in time to get in, or
Baby Amber.
Baby Amber and leaving early sites and things like that.
Yep. So there was a special footage that was made for their majesties,
Oh, they're showing all that stuff again?
but we aren't sure which reign that was. There was some thought that it was Sutan, but that doesn't seem to line up correctly with the timeline. So we're honestly not sure. We have a picture of the crown on the right, I think, but I don't recognize those thrones at all. So I was hoping that maybe a participant could recognize the time period from those in attendance. Damon and Ismet, you're currently muted. So if you're pointing and speaking, I can't hear you.
That would not be crowds.
We were talking amongst each other and didn't want to bother the room, so I added you.
We recognize it, but we, like you, we don't know what
We
they are.
recognize them, we just don't remember which reign.
Yeah.
Is it Benai and Ergo?
It looks like
The black, yeah.
This was
What we have are different. What are those? Do you remember what they're from?
Oh, we have some candle holders like that.
We have
we also-
those, but we also have the round. Where are they from?
Good question.
So this was provided to me by Lady Bridget McKenna, and she provided the photos of the feast and of the royal votive. We received photos from two other folks sending in the red and white ones. So we're honestly not sure
Daniel
when this was made.
used to wear those too. Big fluffy hair as Mary.
Mm-hmm.
That would be sitting cousins.
So since we did just have two other people join, Aldrich, if you and your lady don't mind, I'm going to go back just a couple slides,
Go for it.
just since we weren't too far. Actually, I don't know if it will let me. Nope, it won't. I can only go forward. Well, wait a minute. Let me try this. Okay, so these are the contributors to today's presentation. We did have sources from all over the barony and the different periods of our baronial history. We were trying to figure out these site tokens. It's clear that the one on the left is from Castellan 6 because it's stamped right on there, but we're not sure about the one in the middle and the one on the right. They appear to be made out of sculpey. Damon and Hismet, do you have any insight?
No. Well, other than in the Bardic room, we were all comparing our feast tokens and site token mobiles, and somebody had one of those, and she said what event it was. Now I just gotta remember who it was that said it.
Okay. We received these from Lady Caterina Cavallari, and so she may have more information that she didn't include in the email. So I'll circle back to her. Here's some more site tokens.
Do you have the inter-kingdom piece?
I do not.
Can
There
you
were
see it? I don't
two
know.
different Inner Kingdom pieces that.
Would you be willing to take an individual photo of just
Yeah,
that
I'll
site
just
token?
take a picture of all these different site tokens and you can decide which ones you don't have. So,
I don't have most of them. So yeah, photos would be very welcome.
The infamous keep throwing stars.
Yeah, the throwing stars. You have those?
I have heard about them, but never seen them.
They're scary.
Um,
I could. Where's the camera I want to go to?
I would like to stress that we do have a baronial historian here, and that's Lady Nymira, and this project is in conjunction with her. She's working today, so she wasn't able to participate, but I do want to call her out and acknowledge her efforts on this project.
Cool. And we need to stop interrupting.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, you're totally good. You should recognize these. These are the Nomen Vale site tokens.
We have one of those.
That's Nomen Vale 1, 2, and 3, as far as we know. And then here's the invitation for Einar and Mercedes step down, Ian and Calandra stepping up. And that gets you all caught up.
We can do this later, dude.
Here's some of our championship scrolls for the last 3 years. 2 of them were made by Konev Inga,
Pretty stupid.
who had been an active part of the barony for a long time. And she's reconnecting with us in this strange time of online world. I'm not sure if she's moved back into the area or if she's just participating remotely, but she's been able to connect with us, and I believe that she's been attending events here today. But these first 2 are her work, and then the one for this year was made by Thomas and Francesca.
One of the first events, wasn't it? We muted.
Damon, I'm hoping you can tell me about the Castellan item on the left. We're not sure what year that was made. That's in the Baronial archives.
I want to say that's 2 or 3. Because for number 1, we really didn't have any really cool regalia.
Okay. I know the date on the one on the right, at least it's my right. That was Castellan 2006 because I took that photo. So I have a solid date on that one. I'm not sure whether that one is still in use or not.
Haven't seen it for some time.
Yeah. I think it may have vanished. We don't have pictures of the Nonarmigerous award given by Ian and Calandra. Or I'm sorry, this is the one given by Ian and Calandra, given by Einar and Mercedes. The Crimson Star, but we do have the Calandra. For those not in the barony, this is the Nonarmigerous Service Award of Northkeep. It changes for almost every reign.
Rocks.
For Sigyn and Torgrim, it was the Cornerstone. For Einar and Mercedes, it was the Crimson Star. And then the Calandra was Ian and Calandra.
I don't know that there were any scrolls for the Cornerstone.
Okay.
Because it was just the same joke of I went to an event and all I got was a rock.
Yeah.
The Esprit de Tournois was given out by Fakan and Keegan, and that's their arms on it, but this one actually was signed by Morgan and Montega, giving it to Fakan.
Oh.
And then the Merlon is the current award. Here's some of our local awards for youth. We have the Sable Fox and the Golden Bear. And this is the Lion's Paw of Kenmare. Now, I know that there was at least one other formal design, but we don't have an example of it. It was given out during the reign of Ian and Calandra. And I know that this leftmost design, March 2007, was also given out during Ian and Calandra's reign. But we don't know the date of the middle one.
That may... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's more modern. because the statement of Kendra Kenmare was such a person, such and such is such a person, is more recent.
Okay.
That phraseology.
Well, it's also on the scroll from 2007. And as long as I've been participating, I've always heard that. That Kendra Kenmare was such a person, so and so is such a person. That's always been part of the language that I've ever heard. But I've only been playing since 2001.
We always said it in court. I'm trying to remember. I'd have to go find our scrolls, which are buried deep somewhere.
I would love to see those. If you ever have the, well, we're
If
talking
I can
about...
find them, Zaveda, you don't understand. They were put somewhere so safe, I don't know where they are.
Oh, dear. We're talking about holding a special meeting after a populace, like trying to have an abbreviated populace, and invite people to bring photographs, scrolls, things of that nature, and we'll have multiple laptops and scanners set up and photographers who can take pictures of your item and then immediately return it to you or scan it into the Baronial archives. So just to let you know, that's something that's planned for this year when we are able to meet in person again.
Well, and all we'd have to do is set up the camera on the tripod and we can do it here.
Yeah,
And that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
matter of finding everything.
Yeah.
If you would, please send those to the Baronial Historian. And if you feel like being really nice, copy the Kingdom Historian.
Okay.
Now, this is something that I didn't even know Northkeep did until I saw these. And that's that for a couple of reigns, the baronetcy gave out coins. And this appears to be a coin in the middle for Ian and Calandra and Fakan and Keegan, kind of a joint coin.
That was from their transition. That was the site tokens I cast, and I still have the molds.
Oh, wonderful.
But it was when the one couple stepped down and the next couple stepped up.
Okay.
And that's why all 4 initials are on there.
Do you recognize the one on the right-hand side?
Yes, that's my work as well. That one was done as a generic coin for the coronet to give as a here, thank you.
Okay, and for which reign did you make those?
And it may have been a site token as well. That would have first come out. I'm going to say that may have come out in Ian's time frame, Ian Calandra's time frame.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. Like I said,
Well,
I
if you
still-
ask Ian, he might-
I still have the stones, so I can cast more of them.
I was really hoping that we would have more folks coming in and joining the conversation.
Got a lot going on at the same time, like all of it.
That's pewter cast. The ones on the left are obviously struck.
Don't know anything.
I think. Well, maybe not.
Well, I was thinking that they were maybe somehow a modified poker chip. Because they kind of have that poker chip look to them.
They do,
Oh,
don't they? They do, don't
You know
they?
what? Ludo may have created those, or one of our other the other guys that does the cuttlefish, because you could press a poker chip into the cuttlefish, and that would give you the circle with the striations, and then you would carve the center. That'd be the easiest way to do that.
Now, who did you say that was? I didn't
Ludo
catch the
does
name.
stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Ludo did that one, but he's one of the few that I know that really does much using the cuttlefish for a mold cap to make a cast.
Okay, gotcha. Well, I will check with Ludo and see if he knows anything about those. Thank you for that information, Your Excellency. I sure appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. When you mentioned the poker chip, that something went off in my head.
Okay.
It was a disturbing feeling.
So here is the first baronial thrones. Now, there was a set that was made before this by Torgrim and Sigyn, and they were the keep thrones. And I have been told that those were made available to any visiting nobility at any time during the early days.
Correct.
And but that these were the official thrones of their excellencies. I don't know who made those wooden boxes, but I know that they were entered into an arts and sciences competition in 2003.
Malcolm maybe?
I don't remember him doing marquetry.
Okay. No.
For some reason, something is telling me that they were made by Master Oxlade.
Yeah, I was
That
going to
would
say,
be-
I've seen Oxlade do marquetry, so it wouldn't surprise me to be his work, but can't swear to it.
He'd be someone you could ask, I think.
Yeah, Ox is still around.
So I thought you guys might enjoy this slide.
Oh my God.
No. Oh my
We were so
God.
young.
Yeah.
Look at those baby faces.
Look at that dark hair. And curly. I miss this dark curly hair. Look at Deborah.
So for those not from Northkeep, this is Damon and Ismet on my left. I'm not sure which direction it is for you guys. In the
Left.
center is Honorable Lady Deborah Bat Yosef. And on the right is Kevin Curie holding one of his youngsters. And just because I don't name people, I know that they're now an adult, but at that time they were a youth. I don't record the name of children without their parents' consent.
Yeah, Kevin Michael Curie. I'm going to say that picture is probably 89 or 90 for us.
These were provided by Katerina Cavallari.
Okay.
She
That's
also
probably how
provided
old they are.
these.
Oh yeah.
So on the left is Doña Teresa, before she was a Doña. And the center is Catherine First-William, Mistress Catherine.
Oh yeah.
And on the left is Don Timothy,
Partly covered up by the people.
by the crossbow, yeah.
Well, no, we've got our list of people here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, there we go. Now we can see them. Thank you.
It's our setup, not yours.
Yeah, it's our problem. Oh,
On
Yeah.
the left, that is Robert Fitzmorgan, I believe, around the time that he was vicar, maybe, sort of.
Could be.
The gentleman in the center, I don't know their name, but on the right is Diego. We also got some photos from the signing of the Northern Treaty. And Aldrich got a little bit of a peek at these a bit ago because he's in a couple of them. The photo on the far left where Torgrim is signing the document, I have a bet going. Is the person wearing the heraldic tabard directly over his shoulder, is that Owen?
Yes,
yes, it is.
Okay, I lose the bet.
that's all I paid.
Sorry.
Abe, you were right. That's Owen. And then over Sigurd's shoulder is Bjorlik, and also in the back behind Torgrim is Elizaveta. In the middle, we have Sigurd signing. On the upper right, we have Ulf. We have, oh gosh, you guys were talking about him earlier, or Aldrich was talking about him earlier, and I'm completely blanking on his name.
Oh, sure.
The rapier, Don somebody? Aldrich, you're muted, so I can't hear you.
It is Donovan in the purple
Velvety.
velvety thing next to Arafel.
Yes.
Who's next to Burke, who is next to me.
And then we don't know the name of the lady in the purple that has the woven diamonds in her garb. And then next to her is Alaric von Thorn. And then we don't know the identity of the lady in the bright purple next to Alaric. Underneath that one, we have Ulf on the far left, and then Aldrich, Donovan,
Oh,
Arafel, who we believe is Robert Fitzmorgan in the background, and then our mysterious person in purple again. Okay, my cat is trying very hard to climb onto my keyboard. Pardon me one moment. This is Jack Thomas, who is a very good boy.
Aww.
He's the bestest.
Bestest.
Okay. On the left, we have the Baroness of Eldern Hills signing with Ulf directly over her shoulder. We don't know the name of the young lady in blue wearing the black and white necklaces.
I want to say it's Elfwin, who was dating Fluffy at the time, and I think they're married together now.
Elfwin Webber?
I think so.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'll have to check with her. And then on the upper right-hand side, that would be, as far as I can tell, Damon.
Yes, that's my axe. That's all I still have around here.
That's not the part I was recognizing. I was recognizing the Baldric.
Yeah.
what are you saying?
I don't know. But I'm in one of the Baronial Guard scabbards at the time.
You're signing? Yeah, it's the Northern Region Treaty.
Yeah, okay.
And then you can get a really good look at the keep thrones that were available for visitors. And Torgrim and Sigyn still have those.
Do they?
They do. Here is Torgrim and Sigyn, our founding Baron and Baroness on the left. For a short period, we had a vicar, and that was Robert Fitzmorgan.
Yeah.
Then Einar and Mercedes, and Ian and Calandra. I should have labeled these photographs, my bad. And then Fakan and Keegan, Morgan and Tega, and Elizaveta and Bjorlek.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the presentation.